Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me today to talk about how to use Zoom. It's such an important resource for us right now as we're all staying safe at home. My name is Leah Schaffner. I am the Initiatives Manager for Special Olympics Washington, and I hope to get you started so you can connect back with us at Special Olympics. Zoom is really important. We at Special Olympics like to use Zoom to meet with athletes and volunteers. We'll use it to connect athletes with their coaches and their teammates. Sometimes we'll host trainings, and sometimes we'll host virtual events like our upcoming victory dance for the virtual 2020 summer season. Let's get started for participants. If you've never used Zoom before, when you are invited to join a Zoom meeting, you will receive an email that will look something like this. There are a few different ways that you can join the meeting. First, you can use the Zoom meeting link. If you click on the link, it will take you to a screen that looks something like this. If you already have Zoom downloaded, you will click Launch Meeting and you'll join the meeting. Otherwise, you will click Download and Run Zoom. This will prompt you to download the application and you can get started from there. The next way that you can join the meeting is by using the meeting ID. In order to use the meeting ID, you will need to first download Zoom and enter the ID. To do this, you will go to the zoom.us website where you will click on Sign Up. This is free to sign up for a basic Zoom account. Once you've done so, you will download the application and you can enter the meeting ID and your name to join the video. You can also do this through the phone Zoom app, and it will look something like this. The next way that you can join a Zoom meeting is through the phone number. You can either click on the one-tap mobile number, or you can dial the phone number as you would any other phone number. Once you are in a meeting, there are a few best practices to keep in mind. You'll join the meeting, and it will look something like this. When you're in a meeting, make sure that you stay on mute, which you will find in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. The mute button ensures that there is no background noise, and it keeps from distracting other attendees. Once you're on mute, you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner of your photo that you are on mute. The next thing to keep in mind is you can stop and start your video at any time. This will also in the bottom right-hand corner. It's preferable that we can see you, but if you need to turn off your video because there's someone moving in the background, then that is helpful to minimize distraction. The next thing to know about Zoom, on the bottom of the screen, you can click on the Participants tab. Here, you'll be able to see who else is in the meeting with you. Also in the Participants tab, you can raise your hand in the bottom right-hand corner. This will tell the host of the meeting that you would like to say something. Once you've raised your hand, you'll see in the top corner of your screen that there is a small hand raised. When you're finished, in the bottom corner, you can click lower hand and it will return back to normal. The next thing to keep in mind is the chat function at the bottom of the screen. When you've clicked on this, you'll be able to see conversations between other members of the meeting. At the bottom, you can type your message and you can choose to send it to everyone, or you can select to send it to just one person in the chat. The next cool feature of Zoom is the reactions button. On the bottom of the screen, you can choose to give a thumbs up or an applause as a reaction to something that other people in the meeting have said. When you click on this, it will appear in the top corner of your screen. The next thing to keep in mind is the way that you are viewing your screen. There are two different ways to view your screen. The first one is the gallery view. In this view, you can see everybody else who's in the meeting, and you will be one of them. If you instead want to just focus on the person who's speaking, in the top corner, it says speaker view. If you click on it, it will switch you to looking at one person at a time. And you can click on gallery view to switch back. At the end of the meeting, or if you need to leave, at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, you will see Leave Meeting, and you can click on this to end the call. That's all for participants. Next, we'll be talking about how to best use Zoom as a host. As a host, you will first need to have a Zoom account in order to schedule the meeting. This is the same process that we went over at the beginning of the participant section. The basic Zoom account is free, but there is a time limit of 45 minutes if you have more than 2 participants on the call. Special Olympics Washington has premium accounts. If you need to use an account for a longer amount of time, talk to your area services manager or the initiatives manager or your area director to have access. Once you have a Zoom account, you will create a Zoom meeting by clicking Schedule a New Meeting. It will prompt you to pick a topic, the date, and time of your meeting, and you can select a series of other settings. You can choose to require a password. You can choose video to be on and off for participants. There are some advanced options which allow you to have participants join the waiting room before entering the meeting, and you can choose to mute them upon entry. Once you've scheduled the meeting, it will create a unique invitation link and meeting ID that you can send out to participants in an email or a text. They can access the meeting for free, whether or not they have an account. Once it's time for your meeting, you will go back onto your Zoom account, find the meeting scheduled, and simply click Start. Once you're in the meeting, there are a few unique features as a host. At the bottom, if you click on Participants, you will again see all participants in the meeting. As a host, you will have control over who has their video and audio on. If there's some background noise for some of your attendees, you can turn their mute on. Next, as participants are first starting, if you have enabled the waiting room, it will prompt you to admit anyone who joins. They will not be in the meeting until you admit them. The next feature as a host is the Share Your Screen button at the bottom. This will allow you to show participants other videos or photos or documents on your screen. When you click on this, it will prompt you to choose which desktop or tab you want to show. You will choose one of them, and it'll present your screen to your participants. And notice the tab at the top of the screen, which will allow you to continue monitoring participants and controlling the meeting. Once you're ready to go back to the meeting, you will simply click Stop Share. Another feature as a host, you can choose to record your meeting. This is helpful if you have participants who are unable to make it, or if you'd like to go back and review it in the future. Next is this security button at the bottom. When you click on this, it will prompt you to control certain aspects of your meeting. You can allow participants to share screen, rename themselves. You can also lock the meeting so no more participants can join. That is all that I have for you today. Many more resources and training videos can be found on the Zoom website. You can also contact me with any questions or further assistance. My email is listed on the screen, and I'm happy to help out. I hope you're able to stay connected with Special Olympics. We're really looking forward to seeing you this season. Have a great day. Bye.